Hello, this is my digital tribe, and in this video, I just want to explain what we'll be doing for the next in the next 1 year. So this is an organization I formed to solve most issues affecting Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So we have so many issues in today's society, African society, that it looks like we need a messiah to solve these problems. But from what I personally have experienced and personally have observed, what we have as a problem is a systematic issue. If we can build a system that solves problem, not individuals that solve problem, most of these issues will fizzle out. So in my digital tribe, I want to form an organization, or I formed an organization that will build a platform where problems can easily be solved. So somebody has an issue, and in order to solve that problem, he needs money. There are people with money, but they don't trust him. They don't trust he can be able to deliver what he says. They don't trust he can be transparent enough to live up to the feasibility of that project. So these are a myriad of issues, but if we can build a platform where all these problems will be easily dealt with, allowing the individual to solve the problem very easily, then we'll start having solutions to our problems. So, take for instance, somebody has a plan. We are nearing a food crisis right now. So most often, seasonal foods rapidly gets very, very expensive out of season. So the problem is, easy fix for that problem is to have a storage system. Let's take onions for instance. Onions in this season is usually very cheap, but out of season the price skyrockets. For consecutively 3-4 years now, it has been so. But if you go to YouTube right now, you can find a video how some countries store onions for over 2 years. Now if somebody has a solution, I have experience, or I want to build a system where I can store onions in season and out of season, the person will be met with the first issue, which is finance, and then before other issues. Now there are people who can easily finance this project, including banks and other things, but he doesn't have credibility to access those platforms. So we are coming in as a platform that can easily solve that issue. How do you want to do that? We have our 10 for 1 plan. If you check my previous video, you'll find it. So we're building an organization of people who can easily finance a project. Let's say we've reached up to 100 or 10,000 members. If you have a project of 10 million naira, it will cost each member about 1,000 naira to finance that project. It doesn't cost any of the members that much. If they lose 1,000 naira, it doesn't mean anything to them. But if an individual loses 10 million naira, it will. So in that case, the worth, it needs greater credibility than each member contributing 1,000 naira. Now, we want to create a platform where if you have an idea, you have a project, you have whatever, you come into this platform. As a member of the platform, you can raise that project, and then people crowdfund. But the crowdfunding is not your free money. They are crowdfunding under the platform. That means it's like we are the interchange. So we kind of are the middleman. The money you're getting, you're not getting it as an individual contribution, you're getting it as a collective from the organization. So in other hands, the organization has invested in you. So if your business is, your idea and your business or whatever you already have is like 1 million naira, and the organization invested through the crowdfunding platform 10 million naira into it, that means we have 90% shares of the company, or 90-something% shares of the company. So in other hands, whatever business you're doing right now, you are running it on behalf of the company. So it's not like a free money, you go and do whatever you want. So we have the right to supervise or monitor whatever you're doing. So if you really believe this solution is worthwhile, then we want to see how you go about it. We want to see you being transparent. At any point you are deviating from what what you told us you're going to do, we can take over control of the company in the interest of the crowdfunders. Even though each person contributed just 1,000 naira, but at the end, we are taking over the interest. So they don't feel it, we don't feel it, and you don't feel it. You win, they win, we win. So this is the only possibility and system where most of the issues can be solved. So the onion analogy was the simplest one. You can go ahead even to electricity. Right now we're plagued with an electricity crisis that doesn't have any plan of solution. There's no blueprint right now on ground that will one day have 24/7 power supply. And there's no platform that is working on it. So but with a platform like this and with enough members, we can actually take up this thing. Okay, local government by local government, at least this local government is covered. We ensure, and then there's profitability for every member. So this 10 for 1, I explained in the other video, this is our margin. If you cause us to lose 1 million naira, we will spend as much as 10 million naira to make sure we get back to you legally. Not illegal, we don't do anything illegal, legally. So we raise money for you in this platform. You think we are too big or we are too small to go after you because of this money. We are ready to spend up to 10% or 10 times this money to get back to you legally, in every legal means. So that way, to serve as a deterrent to whoever is dealing with us and whoever we are dealing with, to know that this organization is not free for all. We mean business, because when whatever solution we are investing in works, the society gets better. So take the onions crisis for instance. Right now, a sizable onions goes for between 50 to 100 naira. The average Nigerian cannot afford that. That is the truth. Or even if they can afford it, it will be to a sizable amount. So, but if you have a solution that works, it will help the society on a level, and you also make money. The people you're going to employ will have jobs. So that's a solution. You're creating jobs, you are alleviating poverty, you are helping people, the society is getting better for it. That's what we want to do. So if you come in as a criminal and you want to do anything and get away with it, we are ready to spend up to 10 times whatever amount you think you want to run away with to get back to you. Including if you run out of the country, we'll trace you and we'll find you and we'll prosecute you wherever you are. So the crowdfunding we are doing is going to come through the platform, and we are investing as a bulk with the name of the company or the organization. So when you get the money, you're getting it from the organization, not as from an individual. So the individual might forget, okay, it's just 1,000 naira I invested there, so I don't care about it. But we will not forget, because the sources of whatever solution you're bringing means a lot to us. So you have to be very sure. So That is the basis of my digital tribe. We want to create solutions. You have business ideas, we want to invest in them. We want to create a platform where it's easy, very easy to invest in these things. People have money, they put it in banks. Banks print money. So why should you put money, give somebody who prints money to keep for you? I don't understand. So banks are supposed to give us money to invest in businesses, not the other way around. So we have to enlighten our members to be able to invest in solutions instead of storing money that depreciates every single day. What some advanced clients does, or in some advanced economies, what they do is they bring money from the future, bring it to the present, and invest it in the present so that the future will be better. That's how you make not saving money you make now for the future. By the time you get to the future, somebody who saved 1 million naira in the bank in 2000, even with interest, assuming with interest he gets double of that amount, that's 2 million naira. The 2 million naira is saved in year 2000 is not the same value as the 2 million naira he will get. The 1 million naira is saved in the year 2000 is not the same as the 2 million he's getting today. So that's what future advanced economies, that's why they have the credit system. Will give you money so that you can spend. When you're spending it, you're investing it into the economy. The money you're spending goes back into the economy. People get jobs, you're creating more money so that the future can be better. So these things are things we have to explain to our members and educate them so that we can start providing solutions that really work. So the 10 for 1 is there. These are basic maxim. If it costs us to lose money, it costs our members to lose money. It's not just the organization, our members too. So you meet a member, you defraud him, and you think you can run away. You are smart, you're whatever. We will find you with 10 times whatever you picked from them, or you defrauded them with. We want to start investigating poverty. What causes poverty? And we want to start investing in them, in solutions to that. If sickness or ill-health will cause poverty, we want to create a solution to that. Okay, put 2,000 every month so that whenever you fall ill, you can easily access medical help without worrying about the financing. It's called medical insurance. Why is it not working? People are too poor to invest in it. So we have to look for a solution. How do we do that? So when you register an organization, by default you are covered within that distance. You don't have money now, no problem. When you get money, clear up your due debts. Otherwise, we have levels to this. In order to advance to the so and so level, you have to clear your medical arrears. So it becomes like a game. We have a solution, we have a plan, we have a target, and then everybody works towards that. So this is our timeline. Our timeline is based on number of members we get. So the more members we get, the more things we can do. So the cost of joining this organization, it will cost you 2,000 naira to join this organization, but there are lots to gain from it. So 2,000 naira might be big for some people, but trust me, just the information you get from the organization will be worth it. So we want to start creating solutions, and it's not free. We have a purpose. We need money to back it up. Purpose without money, ideas without money is a waste. So it's not a free for all. We are not asking for donations. This is an investment platform. You put in money, you get returns. You invest in solutions, social solutions, socio-economic solutions that will bring up returns both to the society and to the investors. So this is what I'll be spending the next year doing, 2022. If I get enough members who can pull it off, if I don't get, I will still use my money to finance most of these things until it comes to fruition, until people start to understand the importance of what I want to achieve. So what I'm doing is a kind of a rundown on what the whole project entails. So if I get one members, right now we don't have any member. No member, that's the truth, that's the plain fact. No member. So but I've been able to do most of these things, launch our website, create our Facebook campaign, launch my digital investment platform. So we are going into businesses. We are going into business. We are going to be doing imports, and when it's time, when it gets to the time, we start exports. We are going into farming. We are going into health. We are going into entertainment, hospitality. So all these things, we'll go into them stage by stage. So when we get to 5 members, we'll start the CSC process. This is already in progress. I'm working on it. Start understanding the food distribution industry. So the food distribution industry is one key source of poverty. Sorry to say that. So there's a dichotomy between the food producers and the consumers. The people who are getting rich out of this process are the middlemen who distribute food. The farmer is poor, the consumer is getting poorer, the middleman is getting rich. So that dichotomy is what we're going to understudy, and so that we can also invest in it. So if they buy for 50 naira, they buy watermelon 100 naira in the north, or 50 naira in the north, that's what the farmer gets. They sell it down south for over 400 naira, 500 naira. We want to understudy what will prompt a business to make over 200% profit from the consumers. So we understudy that and then see what the problem is. I went to Jos early this year. When I was coming back, I saw strawberries where they're selling it. I bought one for 200 naira. The same thing I bought about 200 naira. I came to a supermarket and it's being sold for 1,500 naira. How does it work? So the farmer, assuming the farmer, I bought it on the roadside, that means the farmer will get less than 200 naira for that. So probably the farmer gets 100 naira for that. And then in the supermarket, it's being sold for 1,500. I understand the refrigeration and other things, the packaging and other things. But there is a huge gap. So the consumer is getting value less of 1,200 naira thereabout. So there's a huge dichotomy. The farmer is poor with what he's getting from it. He's getting poorer. So we would like to even up the this thing. When I study it, let the farmer get more money from what he produces, and let the consumer spend less. So the middleman, and understand there is another thing, but it's too much. You're creating poverty. We understudy the food distribution industry and then see how to even out the odd. Right now, most food, you want to buy yam now. The yam you bought today might not be the same size you bought tomorrow, but you might buy it at the same price. You want to buy meat right now. You're gonna buy meat today. Tomorrow you come, it might not be the same size, but you buy it at the same price. There is no measure of value. What stops the man selling yam to measure it? Okay, you are buying 10 kilo. This is 10 kilo. 10 kilo is 10,000 naira, or 1 kilo is 1,000 naira. 1 kilo of yam is 1,000 naira. So that if you're coming tomorrow, you know you're buying 1 kilo for 1,000 naira. You have that in mind. If there's no measure of value, so that if it increases to 1,100 per kilo, you can easily process the increase. I bought yam last year, one piece of yam for 400 naira. This year, I'm being told 1,500 for one piece of yam. So how did it increase to this extent without me understanding? But if yam were measured in a kilo, that measure of value in some that wars have been fought because of bad scale. There's no scale to measure what you're selling. You just wake up and anything you feel like, any amount you feel like, or you start bargaining. So if the person doesn't know how to bargain, he is cheated that day. He goes home feeling cheated. You buy meat today you feel cheated, tomorrow you feel like it's okay. And then tomorrow they tell you it has increased though. So there's no major value, so anything goes. So the inflation is not measured. So if 1 kilo of, let's say, cow meat is sold for 2,000 naira, and if there's any increase, you come tomorrow and they say it's 2,200, you understand that there's an increase of 200 naira, and you still go home okay. And not you come, they say, okay, that's increased though. You bought the same size you bought for 2,000, it's been sold for 3,000. And you cannot process it, you cannot measure it because you didn't measure the previous ones you've been buying. So we understudy this industry and see what we can do to create solutions, because this industry is creating poverty. So until we understudy it and see how we can come in, it's going to get worse. So meetings like this, like what I'm doing right now, we want to be holding them by weekly when we get 5 members. We look at what we've done for the week, what we plan to do in the next week, and then see what we can come up with. Okay, so we get to 20 members. We'll unveil our online shop. Yes, we'll be importing things right from here. So we'll start selling them at the barest minimum profitability. We want to run returns. We want to help people invest money. So if this, what we are doing, selling online, importing and selling, makes profit, then we can call people to invest. If we calculate it at the end of the month, we are getting up to 15%, 20% profit. We can say, okay, bring your money. Let's buy these things in bulk. We distribute them. Maybe we'll give percentage discount to our members, so other people can buy. So that way we start evening out. Instead of saying this person is selling something too costly, open your shop and sell at an affordable rate. So that's what we want to be doing. So instead of telling people, hey, you are selling this costly, you bought this from China for $5, why are you selling it 20,000 naira? Open your shop, import and sell at the price you want. So that's what we want to do, so that our members can actually who wants to get these things can usually get it at an affordable rate, and also they can be able to invest instead of storing money that is getting inflated every single day. They can actually invest it and get something in return each time they invest. So we understudy the tourism industry. Africa is ripe for tourism. I don't see why somebody will be killing themselves over terrorism, kidnapping. All these vices are because of unemployment, mostly, majorly. If people are employed, the more people rise out of poverty, the more they need for security. And the more they need for security, the more they critique the security apparatus. So you'll be conscious of what is happening around you. If the policeman is demanding for bribe, you understand what it means, and you will find a way to curtail that. If you're getting rich, corruption, you begin to detest corruption at a point. And understand some rich people embrace it wholeheartedly, but it becomes very difficult to do that. You've been on the queue for over 2 hours, then somebody just come and whizzing. If you are exposed to a particular percentage of wealth, you will fight that. You can easily fight that. But if you're that poor, if all the persons in the line are poor, are kind of not, they won't have that psychological impulse to fight corruption. So we want to open up Nigeria to tourism. We want to bring in people from different parts of the world. But before we do that, we have to also look at the economy. So what we'll be doing is we'll go to a particular place, we'll look at the tourism potentials in the place, and then we'll start designing systems. The whole process or the whole entail of my digital tribe is building systems. building systems. You go to an agrarian community or village and they don't have access to road. They produce, but there's no road to move these things they produce out. That is a problem. Then you start looking at solutions. That's what we essentially want to do. Solutions, build systems. So you put heads together. This is a problem right here in this village. How do we solve it? You bring it to the world scale. How can the world invest? If the local government cannot help, how can individuals, the society as a whole, the organization invest in this thing so that these people can have access to what they have, what they need? If you leave the capitalist is only there for profit. There are local governments in Nigeria that don't have good school, as in good secondary school. They don't have bank. They don't have even telephone network. These guys will not go in there because these people are dead poor. There's no incentive to go there. So it's up to a social organization like ours to go in there and say, okay, even though this place is dead poor, they have something they can offer to the world. If it means citing something, maybe a film academy there, we'll cite a film academy. Yes, there's no lie, there's no, it's bad there, but we have a purpose. And maybe at the end of 1 year, people start noticing this community, and then things start coming up. It won't cost the capitalists anything to mount a telephone mast there, but because it's not profitable, so they are not coming in there. So, but if we run an academy there for 1 year, even though it's hard, even if it's tough, even if we have to travel out of the community to broadcast what we produce, with time, they will start understanding, will start mounting. That's kind of what we call social pressure. That's even if we don't go into telecom on ourselves. There are satellite internet. We can mount satellite internet in the community and start looking at ways to bring solutions there. So if we mount the satellite internet, they have access to the internet at least. If you want to call somebody, you can use, maybe we mount our Wi-Fi there, and then things start changing up. This is a local government that doesn't have access to the internet. So start understanding the Nigerian tourism sector. How can we make tourism work? How can we bring out the rough elements from the society and turn them into positivity? So I'm going to stop this step now. My battery is low. Then I'll continue later. So we are stopping at start on understanding Nigerian tourism sector. So when I charge the battery, I'll continue from there. Sorry for the interruption. We'll continue with the video we had yesterday. So we're talking about understanding the Nigerian tourism sector. So I explained the Nigerian tourism sector is ripe for investment, and we don't have to wait for Western investors to come in and do it for us. If we can take hold of it right now. So sometimes when we talk about insecurity, it's like a blessing in disguise. If not for that, the Nigerian tourism sector would have been overrun. In fact, the African tourism sector would have been overrun by Western so-called investors who will repatriate all the profits back and pay you peanuts for your work. So, but right now, if we understudy it, look at it critically, by the time we start investing and harnessing the profits or benefits of tourism, insecurity will be on the decline. It's like a problem that is waiting to be solved. Tourism can actually dissolve insecurity if we invest in it. So portfolio investors will not solve insecurity because it will not benefit them. They are here for profit, not to help you solve your internal issues. But if we invest in tourism on our own, we'll find out we naturally will have to solve insecurity. Yes, because insecurity is the bane of tourism. So you have to solve insecurity first before you get benefit from tourism. They are not going to do it because it will not be profitable for them. So, but if we look into it and we actually want to go into it, then we'll have no other option than to look inwards and look at how to solve insecurity as a problem. So the insecurity is a blessing in disguise, but because if not for that, by now it would have been overrun. So this is a two-way thing. So by the time we are ready, we'll just clear off insecurity and we'll start harnessing the benefits of tourism. If you think insecurity is too big a problem that cannot be solved, then probably you have to stick around. Just stick around. I will show you how it can be easily solved. When the insecurity issue started, in fact, Nigeria and most African countries have fighting age youths who are unemployed. And somebody pointed it out that we have a dangerous demography right from 2007. I was very much aware of it. 2007, somebody pointed it out that Nigeria has a very dangerous demography. We have fighting age young men who are unemployed, about 20 million of them already. So every intelligent leadership is supposed to look into that and work on it. Good thing the current government is looking into ways to do it, but at the rate they are going, they might not meet up. 500,000 youths employed or empowered out of 20 million who are unemployed or underemployed. You are barely scratching it. So if you are employing 500,000, it will take you about 40 years to clear up that 20 million. By then, we will have over 40 million already, because every year we are betting new persons into the economy. So tourism can help us fix this in a very much radical way than whatever we have. People want to visit Nigeria. Nigerians want to visit Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria as it stands now is like visiting over 4 countries, moving from the south to the middle belt to the north. It's like 3 countries on its own. Nigerians want to explore these places, but insecurity will not allow. So we're going to look into how we can actually use technology. We can actually use the socio-economic resources we have to make this viable. So stick around. I'll do subsequent videos and I'll pick out just tourism and insecurity, and then we'll x-ray how they can go hand in hand to mitigate the vice there. Okay. So the next thing is when we have this, we are understanding this. Remember, we're not investing in tourism here yet. We don't have the resource and the capability to do it right now with 20 members. So we are just understanding it. We're looking at it. We're looking at ways we can solve it. We're understanding it. So we look at people who have previously invested in it, how far they are doing and whatever. So we look at the whole hospitality and tourism sector. Who are the major players and then what they are doing, their efforts, and how we can key in technologically to help them boost this. Okay, so design e-commerce system. This is already done. We have, if you come, this is our website. If you come to our shop, it's already there. So that is done. Sell our first product. There's nothing on the shop right now. So by the time we are hitting 20 members, we should have populated our shop, and then launch IT service sector. I'm a web developer. I do websites and IT related services. I offer those services. So I want to bring it into my digital tribe. We'll form like a platform where digital services can be sold and can be propagated. So right now we are offering I'm offering a free website design and digital marketing training. It's free of charge. So by the time we have our first batch of graduates, let's say 20 members or 30 or 40 persons who will be graduating from this, we'll have a platform ready where they can work as freelancers, as contractors, etc. So our goal is to economically empower members so that they can in turn be capable of investing. If you don't have money, you cannot invest. So we want to empower youths who don't have money so that they can be able to invest in the solutions we'll be providing. Let's talk about tourism. If we're talking about tourism, we need huge financial investment. And if we have millions of members who are unemployed, it will not work. So by this training, website design, digital marketing, at least every participant should be able to earn one or two things from the internet, easily afford to invest. So we're looking at least every participant should be able to earn at least $100 per month from this skill. So we'll be launching it offline. We'll have our office. I'll be showing you our office next week. We'll have an office where we'll do this live training, and then we'll also conduct online training. So if you're interested, you can come over here, register, and then if you choose whether to attend online or offline. So that is it for now. So we'll be launching IT services. We'll create a platform where you can source out IT services. So we advertise it. Our graduates or members can come to the platform and offer their services. So collectively we promote it. So maybe if they have a service, instead of 20%, we can cut it down to 10%. So we'll get 10% commission for every service they deliver through the platform. So that way it's a win-win for everybody. So when we get to 50 members, we'll launch our first tourism promotion website. We are not into tourism yet, but we can be able to promote tourism with technology. We can start earning from there. So there are hospitality tourism sites that people don't know about, but if we can promote them, we can earn commission from that. So there are places, there are sites people don't know about, even people living in Nigeria don't know about. There are tourist tour companies that can handle external tourist visit in Nigeria that nobody knows about. We can promote them. You're coming to Nigeria to so and so, okay, come to this company, and then they can handle everything about your stay in Nigeria. So we can help promote them through our website, events, places, and culture, and any other thing we can promote through tourism. We promote it through this website. We promote it by paid adverts. We promote it whatever way it can go. So that way we are encouraging tourism, and then gradually we are coming into the system. So we'll build a website where anybody who wants to tour Nigeria, tour Africa can easily go. You're bored in your home, you want a place where it's happening this weekend, you can go to the site and pick an event to attend or a social function to attend. So that is the essence of this tourism promotion website. So that way we will start earning something into the system. So place our first radio adverts and then get registered. I told you we are working on registering this company with CAC. So by the time we get to 50 members, this should be registered. Even though I'm working towards getting it registered before we even hit 20 members. So by the time we get to 50 members, this should be done. Okay, 100 members. Launch our first food distribution scheme. So remember when I talked about understanding the food distribution process. So by the time we hit 100 members, we should launch something. At least we'll get something doing. Source for food, packaging, the main thing. So while we are trying to understudy it, we are also doing something. That way we are gaining knowledge, we are gaining experience practically from the food distribution industry, or the food storage industry, or the food production industry as a whole. So we'll launch our first food distribution chain. So what we'll do is we'll buy some foods in bulk from food producers or even farmers, repackage them, distribute it to probably our members first, and then the public in general. So publish findings and solutions in food production. So by this time, we should have a full solution to any food crisis we might have. So let it be that we already understudied it. We have an action plan. So the next thing is we are looking at investment. So we'll publish our findings. This is what we found. If we do this, we can get this. If we do this, we can get this. This is what we need. This is equipment we need. This is what we have to do. We have to form so and so platform, create so and so platform for farmers, create so and so platform for. So we look at it. Look at solutions. When we mean solutions, we mean practical solutions with technology. That way, everybody is a winner. The farmer is winning, the distributor is winning, the end consumer is winning. So that this is a wholesome solution to food crisis and in the production, distribution, and the storage process. Okay, so we'll get our corporate bank accounts. Now, mind you, my digital tribe is just a name I coined. At the point of registration, this name might not be available, so we are flexible. We can easily switch to any available name. So this is not marked in gold or carved in gold, or whatever name or carved in stone, whatever name they use. Okay, so by this time we can create a corporate bank account and then start Security and Exchange Commission and financial licensing process. So we'll be coming in as investors. We need licensing, we need clearance from SEC, and then any other legal process to make sure we are established as a legal. If we need NDIC, whatever licensing we need, we'll have to do it at this stage. So we can come into the finance sector as investment platform. We can come in as deposit system. We can come in as retail, financial retailers. We can come in as loan disbursement. We can come in as microfinance, whatever capacity. So we'll start the process here and then continue from there. So 500 members will launch our first brick and mortar office. Already we've done that already. So, but what I'm looking at this point is actually owning our first brick and mortar office. That means we purchase the land, we'll start building something and other stuff. So this is, at this stage, we should be looking at this. So no matter how small it is, we can get something started. Okay, start first radio program. So we have a continuous radio program, unlike what we have here. When we say first radio advert, is different from the program. The program here will mean like a consecutive program that will air maybe once in a week, weekly, at a particular point. So that way, to help promote what we're doing, get more people in, and then get sponsors, etc. Okay, set up IT department. So we'll be creating platforms, different kind of platforms, all in one platforms. So like members who come in will have to undergo training, financial trainings, socio-economic training, etc. At each level, each training level you undergo, your membership level increases. So it will look like a game. You come in, you are in level 1. You go through courses. Most of them are free. Some of them are free. Some of them are paid courses, but they are beneficial. It will help you understand what we are doing and how you can key into what we are doing. Before we start giving you loan, you should undergo several courses and at a particular level. So it's like a game. Each action you take determines your level, the level you grow into. So we might have you from level 1 to 10, 10 being the highest level. So if you're coming into level 1, you're coming in as a new member, you are at level 1. So you do some certain things. You undergo a course, you maybe purchase from our website, or you make your first purchase, or you connect with people, or you create your own solution. Yes, we want to make a platform a solution based. So anybody, any member can raise a solution. In my village, there's no road. This is this. If you can invest and so this thing, we can get so and so profits, or etc. Or we farm this and this and this. We need so and so machine to help us harness this. Or we can store. So solutions. We need solutions. So all this will be done under this platform. So we need a capable IT department to handle this, creating these platforms and all these features in them. So at 500 members, I'm a web developer, but I might not have time to do all this alone. So an IT department with capable hands will go hand in hand. So with each feature we introduce, they can easily update the site to fit into the solutions we are creating. Okay, so start building modern all-in-one platform. So that's just what I explained. Our all-in-one platform means you're coming in, you can actually interact with other members. You can create connections, create friends, add friends. You can create your own solution. You can create your own group. You can start your own blog. So all these things are geared towards creating a solution to problems we encounter in Nigeria and Africa as a whole. So you can come in, start building, working towards a solution. And then when it's time, you can invite others to invest in that solution. So remember what I told you previously, that when you bring a solution and we look at it and it's something that is feasible, people can easily raise funds for that project. So but that fund is being raised under the supervision of My Digital Tribe. So and it's coming into you as a collective from My Digital Tribe. It's coming like a loan or investment from My Digital Tribe, even though individual members contributed. So that's the all-in-one platform. So the platform will help individuals realize their goal very easily if they are sincere about it. So remember our 10 for 1 maxim. So this will protect both the investor and also the platform. So it costs us to lose money, we'll spend more money to get back to you. That is our maxim. It might be ineffective, but with time, nobody will want to go against this. So that's why our solutions have to come from us. Portfolio investors will not allow this. They are here for profit. So once there's no profit, they're out. But you, the owner, you know that this is a long-term process. Somebody stole or defrauded you for 1 million. And then you want to spend 10 million to prosecute or get the person, in fact, to just prosecute the person. Everything we're doing is legal. A portfolio investor will see this as stupid, right? A portfolio investor will not see this as feasible because he doesn't care about the society, he doesn't care about the community, he doesn't care about anything. He cares about his profit. But we as Nigerians, we as Africans, this is our society, and we have to create something that fits into it. That's why Japan is the way it is. You can lose your wallet in Japan, and then in after 24 hours, you can go back. Either you get it from a policeman, or you can actually see it where it was lost. Why? Not because Japanese are culturally good, but they will stop at nothing to prosecute you. So with time, everybody knows it, that this wallet is not mine. I can't go to jail because of this wallet, so let it be there. There are CCTV cameras around, or etc. So the same thing will happen here. Initially, we'll have so many complaints. This person defrauded me, this person defrauded me, this person. But if people realize that we actually mean what we mean, that we can actually spend 10 times the amount to follow up on a case, and there's no way you can spend 10 times this amount and you will not get this person. Nowhere. Let's say somebody refers us with 1 million naira. We spend 1 million in the media already, promising that if you can help us get to this person, we'll give you 2 million. Even the person who stole the money, if he realizes that somebody is going to be paid 2 million for him, for 1 million he stole, he might just come out and surrender himself, because at this point it's overwhelming. So with time, we'll have a community of people who are trustworthy per se. Even the most notorious criminal will stay clear. The security agency will be very careful with whatever they are dealing with us, and every business organization we are interacting with will be very careful with how they interact with us. So in fact, we are creating a platform where members will be kind of immunized from societal influence. So in fact, when they see our members, they will say, be careful with this person. If you make him to lose money, they will get back to you. So that's the platform we're trying to create. Our SOS services, legal services, health services, and other services will be ready on this platform. So that once a member registers, they can be able to access legal help from the site, from the platform. Maybe our mobile app will be there, connected to the platform. You can come online through your desktop or mobile, whichever way you can reach us. These solutions are already there for you. So that's our platform. So we'll start building it when we hit our 500 members. So we'll start campaign for new platform. Okay, so start building it, we'll start campaigning for it. So we'll start alerting members, at least our members, to know that we are building so and so platform. This is what and what features we have on that platform, and then many other stuff. Okay, so right now, okay, I'm very excited about this platform. There are so many features already I have conceptualized in my head about this platform. So this platform, like I told you, it will be like a game, but for the first time in some person's life, their life has a purpose. Like each day you wake up, there's a purpose. For instance, now in the platform there's a health bar, health check. We want our members to be healthy, so we'll be rolling out medical tests or medical platforms across the country. So under the platform, each member is allowed a certain number of tests per year. So let's say 2 random tests per year. So that means every 6 months you are supposed to go for your test. You test for randomly for any kind of ailment, malaria, HIV, whatever kind of test that might even cancer, whatever kind of test, random tests generally. Let's say 10 to 15 different health tests. That way, if you have any problem, optical test, if your eye is failing, ear, whatever. So that way, if you have any health issue, health challenge that might not have manifested, we can easily start treatment before it gets to an emergency situation. So now on the platform, we'll do it in such a way that if you haven't gone for your test for the first year, you have, let's say you're in level 1. At level 1, you should have done your at least one test in order to move to level 2. So now on this platform, if you haven't done your test, you might have fulfilled every requirement to move to level 2. That medical test will still be pending until you do it before you can move to the next level. So that way, our members can be conscious of their health and many other things, including financial. Let's say you're in level 1, there is a financial course you're supposed to undertake, maybe pertaining investing in a platform and investing in solutions. So if you haven't undergone that financial course or financial training, it will hinder you or stop you from moving to the next level until you clear it. That way, people will be conscious of a purpose. If I will have to go to level 10, I have to each day try to be a better person than I was yesterday. So there are courses you have to take, there are actions you have to take. Let's say we form communities. Every local government has a community, and in every local government there's a sub-community. So we want to get to the grassroots. So members in that community should be able to attend at least one community meeting in whatever local government you live in. Let's say every 6 months, attend at least one. So in that community meeting, in the platform, your community head or community leader will digitally mark you present. So if you attend the community meeting, I'm very, very excited about this platform because right now I just thought about, we have a biometric capture. So that means if we are clear with SEC, if SEC will clear us to be a financial institution, then we can incorporate biometrics into the system. That means your BVN or your NIN can be used to mark attendance in these meetings. So when we integrate it into the platform, so when you attend the meetings, in order to clear your level, you should attend, let's say, 2 or 3 meetings to be able to clear that level. Okay, so when you get to the meeting, the leader or the head, the community head, will bring in a biometric machine. So once you thumbprint there, it will automatically register in the platform that you've attended the meeting, and then you are clear for that level. So all these things will be in the platform. So okay, launch the platform, start aggressive online campaign for the platform. So this will be all in one. You can even pay your bills through the platform, pay your recharge your phone, do money transfer. So that's why this is very important, the SEC clearance financial licensing process. So we become a financial institution, but with a social angle. Financial institutions we have right now, commercial institutions and even non-commercial institutions, are there for their profit. None of them care about your health. None of them care about your legal process, whether you have legal issue or not. So where this thing comes in is, our members are immune to societal degradations. So you can't just say because our member is poor, you deprive him of his rights. He can sue you and then get quality lawyers to represent him and will not spend 1 naira. So if people start to understand that this platform can offer so and so immunity, it will prompt so many persons to come in, number one, and then society will be aware that there's a kind of a reform. There's a group of people that you cannot just do, no matter their financial or social standing, you cannot just play with them because they have legal backing, they have financial backing. That's why we have to come in as a financial institution. If it means borrowing money to see that this thing goes through, so that's why we are in a social circle. So I'm just overwhelmed by all this I'm explaining. So everything I'm trying to explain right now is just a summary of whatever we are doing with my digital tribe. So it will help me to focus when I'm implementing these things, and then at least anybody who is going through this video will understand where we are going to and what we want to achieve. Okay, so by this time 1,000 members will launch our first online campaign, hold our first offline seminar. This is very important, our convention. Now, what I'm explaining to you is very important because when people share the same vision, it motivates them to pursue that goal. Ordinarily, a member who is not pressed might not invite another person to come in. Right? Ordinarily, nobody loves referring people, except if it has a financial benefit. So, but because of this shared goal, if people understand what we are trying to achieve, it will prompt them to actually evangelize this. So that's why I'm doing this video. So we will need to have offline seminars where we invite people to come and sit down and understand what the platform is all about, because in no distant time, especially our interaction with people based on this 10-in-1, we will start hearing stories about what we are not. So it's good we hold these seminars from time to time to enlighten the general public what we want to achieve or what we are doing or who we are. So we hold our first offline seminar, open our second offline office, start daily Zoom meetings. So at this stage, I will need to actually be online as much as possible, explaining what we are doing and where we are going to. Now, all these features I'm talking about might not come to this platform at once. So we'll be working on them daily, weekly. So features will be coming up weekly. So we want to be as dynamic as possible. So things are changing. We are radically changing with it. This is a technological based organization. So in that case, we don't have to slack back on updates technologically. So daily Zoom meetings. So it could be statewide, it could be nationwide, it could be continent-wide, it could be worldwide meetings. So at this stage, we'll need to fire off. At this stage, all the cannons are let loose. So we should hit this mark as fast as possible from here. I'm giving it top 6 months to hit this level. Because if we don't hit this level as fast as possible, there are lockers, there are people who have money who will hijack the whole of this process. I'm not saying buy us out. I'm saying create another platform, put in enough money, and do exactly what we are trying to achieve. So when we are coming up now, it will look like second fiddles. Meanwhile, we started this process. So from here, Emeti will launch this all in one platform. It shouldn't take up to 6 months to hit this number. So that's why we have to put in everything. We'll need to have offices in every local government of Nigeria and replicate the same thing in every country in Africa. So from here, we are firing off. So by the time we hit 2,000 members, we would have acquired our first farm. I'm very passionate about agriculture because agriculture is the simplest industry where you create nothing out of thin air. I don't know how it sounds, but this is the simplest industry. Even if you are an illiterate, anybody can come into this industry. You don't need talent. Unlike let's say entertainment, you need talent to become an entertainer. You need connection to become an entertainer. But in agriculture, anybody can come in. So we are going to pair agriculture with IT. Sorry, IT services platform, whatever. So we're going to pair it. When we are acquiring our first farm, remember, it's not just about membership registration fee. Normally, membership registration fee is just 2,000 naira to register as a member. But what we are looking at is that our members should be able to invest into solutions. So by the time we hit 2,000 members, we are looking at each member should be able to invest at least 1,000 naira every month. When we talk about investment, this is not free money, this is not donation. When you invest, we are looking at once in 6 months, we'll look at profit, and if there's any profit, we'll divide it between members. So we are looking at having some level of financial backup. So but right now we should be sourcing for loans and grants from Central Bank, from African Development Bank, from many sources right now. So we should be able to give loans to our members. If you like, you run with our loan. Remember this, 10 for 1. If you run with our 1 million naira, we are ready to spend 10 million naira to get back to you. It might look financially stupid, but with time, people will get it. Okay, so by now we should be able to offer loan to members who have completed their financial training course. So when we give you loan, let's say 100,000, you should be able to know where to invest it when you complete our financial training courses. You'll be able to know where to invest it and then start getting something. We want to make our members rich. That way they can have money to invest in solutions we'll be creating. Acquiring our first farm is not just a local small farm. We are looking at hectares, thousands of hectares. We are looking at square kilometers. And this needs real serious money. So if we acquire these farms, if we have to acquire these farms, we'll want our members to financially invest in them. That way, when we are making profits, they can also get something from it too. So building a system that enriches people, not ones that exploits people. That is the whole. We are building a social system that enriches people. That's the only way you can solve the security problems around. That's the only way. By creating these solutions, we are empowering people, we are employing people. Remember, everything we are doing, launching of this, launching of that, whatever we're doing, we have to go through our members first. If we need an IT person, that IT person should be our member. If we need somebody to supply us office equipment, it must be our member. We want our money to circulate within us. Right now in Africa, most African countries, money just bounces once and it's out of the economy. Right now in Nigeria, give a Nigerian 1 million naira now, and the 80% of what is spending that money in is imported goods. So it just bounces once and it's out of the economy. So we don't want that. We want to create solutions ourselves. If you go to most furniture markets right now in Nigeria, you find out that 80% of these furniture markets or furniture. I don't think it has plural. So furniture. So 80% of furniture in those markets are imported furniture. So we can change the dynamics. We can start exporting. So if somebody is a good furniture maker, I don't know how they call it, we want to empower that person so that we have a local substitution. Our money will bounce so many times. You are into glass making, you can make glass, you can recycle glass and produce things chandeliers, produce whatever cups. We want to invest in that solution. You can recycle waste, metals. We want to invest in those solutions. That way you are employing people. That way our money stays within our economy. That way our GDP is increasing. That way you are taking people off the streets. And that solves our security problem. And if our security problem is solved, our tourism problem is also solved. If our tourism problem is solved, our unemployment problem is also solved. So it's a whole economic system we are building. So, and it starts with from one point. So when we acquire this farm, it's not just a farm. We're integrating IT into it. We're integrating so many other things. Let's say we want to be the furniture giants of Africa. We want to be exporting furniture. In fact, Africa is not supposed to be importing furniture. Okay? So we are building this farm. It's not just a farm. We have a section where we start an academy. IT academy, furniture academy. You want to learn, become a furniture. So long as our member is free of charge. Or even if you have to pay for it, you can start free. When you graduate, when you start working, you pay us. So this is it's not just a farm, it's a skill acquisition training center. So, and when we harvest our food here, we want to start processing it in that farm, so that what is coming out from the farm is not raw pineapple, it's not raw guava, it's not raw banana. It's processed, already packaged for final consumption. So we are building a whole industry in these farms, and we want to build at least 1 square kilometer of farm in every local government in Nigeria. And these farms will double as skill acquisition centers with international certification. I don't mean international bodies to come and certify us. No, our certificates. Anybody who has a certificate can actually compete with anybody in the world for the same skill. So if you train as a plumber, you can compete with a plumber in any part of the world. So that's our certificate. That's the assurance our certificate will carry. We don't need external validation to confirm that what we are doing is right. So we certify you here. If they want your own certification, the training will give you. You can actually get certified in anywhere in the world. So we want these farms to be productive centers. Anybody coming into the farm will leave a changed person. So you were living under the bridge, no skill, nothing. Once you join us as a member, we interview you and we find out you don't have any skill. We'll send you to this farm, not as a laborer, but if you have time, maybe your training is 3 times per week, but you have time to work in the farm, you can volunteer to work there, and then you get paid as a worker in the farm. So that way, you can work part-time, or after your training, you can stay back, work, or before your training, you can stay back, work. So what we plan to do is pay our members living wage, our members who work in these farms. This is not exploitation. We look at your input and we value it based on the output you are going to get, and we pay you living wage, something that will benefit you. Farms. Somebody living in a farm should not be buying food. So we'll look into it as to see that anybody working within the farm can eat within the farm. So somebody who is how do I pull it? Who has nothing doing, any of our member can go to any of our farm at any point in time and can stay up to 1 year without bothering about food. That's what our goal is. So you don't have anything doing, or you just want to plug out from the matrix of society, because right now the average Nigerian cannot survive 2 months without help. Okay, so the average 9 to 5 worker lives hand to mouth. That's just it. So by the end of the month, it's already broke. So, assuming you want to evaluate your career, evaluate your life, you can actually plug out. Just go to the farm. Once they take your biometric and they find out you are a member of a Majiso tribe or whatever name we'll give it, there's no guarantee we'll return this name after our recession. So I'm not sure this name is available. Okay, so whatever name it is, we'll give to this. So once you come to the farm, right there at the gate, they process your biometric and they find out you are a member of this thing. You are welcome. You have a place to sleep. You are assured of food. Then you can start planning whatever you want to do. You just want to work once per day, 1 day in the farm per day. Good for you. So, but every member is assured of food and a place to stay. So it's up to you. You want to write your book, you can stay there for as long as you want. You want to go into digital technology, you can stay there, learn a skill, learn programming, learn any other skill you want to learn there. And you don't have to come with money. So this is what we want to do. So this farm will be the turning point to radically get us where we want to be as an African society. Okay, so in these farms we'll start our first food processing production venture, hold seminar in every state. So at this point we'll start looking at statewide seminars. We'll go to each state capital. We'll go over the radio, announce our seminar, invite people to come. We'll teach them, tell them what we are doing and what we want to do. We'll show them our platform. They can go there, register, join us. And each state, as we get to each state, we're also planting an office there. That way people can easily interact with us. So acquire office in each state in Nigeria. So as we are doing the seminar, it makes the seminar is ending. We might run the seminar for like a week or 2 days or 3 days. After running the seminar, we automatically get an office in the state capital. Okay, so this office will have to have jobs to do. They want to acquire farm land for us, at least 1 square kilometer farmland, at least. So the office will have to undergo in every local government. So they have a job to do. They do that, and then may I let you know that this farmlands will be research institutions too. So these farmlands will help local farmers to know crop varieties to use, and then also teach local farmers within that area on best agricultural practices. We also help farmers to acquire, either by loan or by grants or whatever means necessary, to acquire modern equipment to help them farm. So there are small handheld portable equipments for farming. We can help them get these equipments. Okay, so hold seminars in every state, acquire office in every state. So we keep spreading that way. At this point, we should also be looking at international members from other parts of the world can start joining us at this stage. So even though we might not visit there to hold seminars, at least we are expecting people to join us from different parts of the world and to start spreading what we are doing over there. With time, we'll get across Africa. Okay, so at 5,000 members, we'll get our first tourism center. So hopefully this tourism center will be within a farm. So maybe in our first farm, we'll open up a tourism center. Maybe we can call it Made in Nigeria shopping mall. It's a shopping mall, but we'll have like a park, and inside the park we'll have so many things. So in fact, inside the park, we also have inside the tourism center, we have a conference center, we have hotels, we have entertainment center, etc. So we regularly hold entertainment there. So this is like a getaway. You can come over there, relax for a week or something. So if you're a member, we have our own separate accommodation. If you don't have funds to pay for hotel or other things, you can just go there and stay. So it gets better from there. So hold daily seminar in this tourism center. So in this farm, seminars will be held. We're looking at tourists who come in to become our members. It will be better that way. Tourists are people who are looking to spend money. So there's no better person to have as a member than somebody who's ready to spend money, to invest money. So, and to also have a hope. Some persons who will be coming in as tourists, let's say, have spent over 2 years working, saving money to go for this holiday or come for holiday. Now, through this seminar, we might be able to show them that there is another way, a system we are building, where a human being doesn't have to work until he falls dead in order to enjoy the best things of life. Mind you, we are planning to make sure that all our members who are working with us, we want to create a policy where you only have to work three days in a week. It's possible. 3 days in a week. Or if you're going to work throughout the week, it should be like more like 4 to 6 hours per day. That way you have a life that is different from just working. You don't have to spend 1 year working from 9 to 5 to be able to afford 1 month. So life should be stress-free a bit. So we are fusing capitalism with socialism to create a system where it benefits everybody, not centered on profit. You have a life, we have a life. Profits can come later. So that's the base of what we're trying to achieve. So we'll be holding seminar there, and then we are hoping that we can, at least tourists who visit this center can understand what we are trying to build, and then can also key into it. So they bring in their money and then invest. So with time, we are looking at anybody who is a member, at most in 15 years, you should be able, 15 years of being a member, you should be able to retire. When I mean retire, your investment should be able to cover up your retirement for life. Okay. So, launch Korea and food distribution system. So, from here, we have our farm, we produce something. Even if we'll split this farm into different sections in such a way that each farm is producing something. Each section is producing something. So we have the animal section, we have the food section, and the plant section. We have the hybrid, mushroom, snail, etc. We have the fish farming section where we farm fishes and many other sections. So, and then we have our Agricultural Research Institute. So where we research all these things. And other research institute, we want to split. Each farm has a unique item it is researching. So based uniquely on the local government, the occupation, what do they call it? Occupation of that local government. let's say if the local government will look at it and predominantly they are cassava farmers, that means the research institution we are going to create should be around cassava research. So we look at the other local government, they are into palm production, palm tree, palm whatever. So the research institution will be geared towards palm production. So we look at the other one and they have an aquarian community. So they are into mostly fish farming and fish related distance. So the research institution will have to cater towards that. That way they can help the local society, the local community to be more productive. We'll help them train, bring them in. That is the first thing we'll do. We'll bring as many persons within the community. We'll do like a mass outreach in the community. We'll do free tests and other things. That way to bring them in. So we need at least 20% of each community we are building a farm, or each local government we are building a farm, 20% of eligible youths to be part of our system. So that way we equip them to be more productive. Instead of having persons from God knows where coming in to buy what they label for at any giveaway price, we can actually package them directly for export. So you produce, we process it and package it for export. Whatever we get as profit, we share it to you. We get our own percentage, you get your own percentage. That way, farmers are not supposed to be poor. We help them, we give them machines, we give them everything they need to maximize production. If the variety they are planting is not that productive or has lapses, we can introduce new varieties. Okay, these ones are like this, they are prone to so and so disease. Okay, let's go to this variety. Or we introduce a symbiotic system that will help increase production. So what I'm saying is that our goal is to help the society at large and the African society at large. We want to build a system that will radically change what the African society entails. We want to make Africa rich by making from each member exert influence on the society. So acquire a farm in each state. So at this 5,000 membership, we are looking at a boost. I'm looking at between 5,000 and 1,000 members, 10,000 members. It should just take within 1 month to reach this level. 1 month should cover it. So with this now, we'll look at investments. That's why I said we'll be holding a daily seminar. In this daily seminar, we are raising funds for each program we want to do. Let's say we build a farm in each state. Immediately we are building that farm, or we acquire a farm in each state. Immediately we acquire that farm, we are already raising funds for the next farm. So everything will be moving so fast at this stage. Set up food distribution system in each state of the federation. So we have food distribution system. When we say food distribution system, we also have storage, food distribution and storage system. So that way we want to eliminate seasonal food crisis. So the moment we find out that a particular food item is getting scarce, we release more from our storage. We release more this into it, and at almost the same price it was in season. Okay, let me explain. A kilo of okra in each season, a kilo of okra is sold for 200 naira, or let's say, okay, 200 naira. Out of season, we have a scarcity, and a kilo now goes to 500 because we stored our systems, we stored our distance, or because we have a distribution network that. Okay, let me bring in something. Okay, in each farm, in each local government, we are looking at producing 100 megawatts 100 megawatt electricity. 100 megawatt in every local government. So by the time we go through the 700 and over 700 local governments in Nigeria, we're looking at 70,000 megawatts, over 70,000 megawatts. So that's our strategy. Now we're going to use biofuel. We're going to use coal if coal is available, and know about climate change and whatever. We are producing enough plant-based CO2 capture system. So yes, if we have to use coal, we use coal. But the best option would have been to pipe gas. So this is where we will have to really work with the government. We really work with the government and any foreign investment agency that will have to invest in this. We need electricity more than we need water. Electricity is creating poverty. Lack of electricity is creating serious poverty in the country. It's affecting agriculture. It's affecting food production. I mentioned okra. It's a food commodity that can be stored. If you can store it in a freezer, it can last for over a year. But we don't have electricity to store them. There are ways you can store it and it will last, like onions. There's a way you can store onions, but you need ventilation system to store it. And ventilation system will mean electricity. So food processing needs electricity. Many other things. We're looking at mini industrialization in these farms. That means furnitures, glass, ceramics production. These things are things we can easily start producing. Furniture, interior decoration equipment, interior decor, abstracts, art, paintings. We're not supposed to import all these things in Africa. So most of the home, how do I put it? Most of the home decoration and home design. In fact, we are looking at in the net by the time we hit over 100,000 members, we're looking at building a house with 100% made in Nigeria products. Everything from cement to paint to ceramics, that's our tile, to even the porcelain, everything, wires for electrification, everything made in Nigeria. Fans, we can produce fan in Nigeria. So our AC, we can produce ACs in Nigeria. Yes, we can import compressors, but that compressor, we can import the compressor engine, the outer body, the casing and other things. We can just stamp it in Nigeria here. Okay, so ACs, the other ones we can, the pipe, the whatever, we can get them in Nigeria. So we're only importing the compressor. The other ones we can actually build them here in Nigeria. If you're thinking is technologically high, Skyron has this thing in Calabar. The one I'm using right now was built in Nigeria. That's why I bought that refrigerator, because it was made in Nigeria. So they are at a Calabar Free Trade Zone. So we'll be collaborating with foreign technologies. Let them come in. We don't want to import it. Bring in the raw material. Let's assemble it here. If we cannot assemble it here, so we have machines that will stamp that can stamp the body of the air conditioner. We have machines that can stamp it. Ceramics, we have crude oil. We can convert them into plastic. We have rubber if we need rubber to do it. So there's no need to import anything ceramics there. We have aluminium. We can also recycle aluminium. Iron, we have iron, we have copper, we have tin, we have lead. We can process them. Okay. So that's why I would say research institution. If we go to a community that has lead, our research institution, part of our research institution should go into processing lead or processing aluminium. If we go to a community, we are going into extraction too. Mining, we're going into it. So we bring it, but we're not mining to export raw materials. We're mining to process it here in Nigeria. If we're exporting anything, we're exporting a complete goods. Okay. So by the time we reach 100,000 members, we are looking at building a complete building made with 100% made in Nigerian products or made in African products. The furniture, the interior, the lighting. Okay, you can import LED light. I'm not sure we can produce it. No, we don't import LED lights. We use chandeliers. Chandeliers are built with glasses. We can recycle glasses into beautiful chandeliers, different design. Then 3D print the other ones. So the interior decoration, everything, we'll get it in Nigeria here. So that way we can launch into construction. So when we get a contract from the government as a constructor, we are not importing anything. It's just made in Nigerian products we use. So that will be when we get to 500,000 members. We're going to construction. Because these farms now, we have buildings in these farms. We have tourism centers. And we want to establish them in every local government. So if you start contracting it out, how long are you going to contract this? So we want all these things to be built by our members. That's why we will say, no member, by the time we get to 10,000 members, any member at any point who needs a job will get one. It's just a matter of just showing up. Show up in any of our farm and you get a job. If you need a job, if you need training, we'll train you free of charge. If you need a job, you either go into processing, or go into extraction, or you go into manufacturing, or you go into extraction, or you go into social, or you go into IT. When we talk about socials, hospitality, there are people who will serve drinks, there are people who will serve food, there are people who will process food in these tourism centers. So, wow, this is really big. So all these things I've been living rent free in my head all these years. So this is an opportunity for me to share it with you. So it's now your burden too. So we can build all these things. Everything I've lived in this future in my head. Sometimes I just wake up and this future, this vision, I feel like I'm living in it already. So this is what keeps me going. So I can't wait to have these things come to pass. I can't wait to see them. And it's possible. If you give me this number of persons and we'll get it done. So start building our first research institution in this farm. Launch online education system. So when I said you pass through different levels, okay, so I mean this. So our online education system will be inbuilt into the platform. So let's say you want to get a loan, you must be at a so level, and that before you get to that level, you must pass through financial education system. Before you build a community, an online community, or before you head a community, you must have been to level so level. So let's say you live in Port Harcourt, Faga, I'm in Port Harcourt right now. So you live in Faga, Port Harcourt City Local Government. That's where you live. And there are a number of persons there. And we want to build a Faga community. The community is online, but you want to be the head. Or they built it and they are looking for the head. Before you become the head of this thing, you must have passed through some courses to understand what we are trying to build, so that you understand your community. You can organize them to key into the vision we have, so that each member will wake up with a purpose, with a vision. This is what we want to build, and if we can be able to build it, everybody will benefit from it. When I mean benefit from it, I mean millions of naira coming in. So you'll be able to tax your members to go into the community and look at problems we can solve. Youth restiveness, alcoholism, whatever social vices. How do we use technology to curb this thing? There are people you can bring into the system, and they will change for life by just introducing them. I want you to join a system. I want you to join our platform. This guy is an alcoholic, or he's a drug user. Don't worry, when you come in, we'll take care of your rehabilitation. So when he comes in and understand this vision, maybe watch this video I'm doing now, understand this vision. If he didn't have a purpose, he will start having that purpose. But we have to train our leaders, our community leaders at that level. So that's where this online training comes in. So in order to impart this, you must go through this training, and there will be very many of them. We will call sociologists to create courses. Sociologists will create their courses. Economics will create their courses. Environmentalists will create their courses. Hospitality and management professionals will create their courses. So, and we tie it to levels. So before you get to this level, you must go through this course. Maybe just 2,000 naira, 5,000 naira, you go through the course. But if we have our members going through these courses, we will raise a fund system from that online education system that will be used elsewhere. That will be used elsewhere. Where is this elsewhere? There are lapses in our normal educational secondary school education system. There are lapses in our secondary school education system that the government is shying away from looking into. But it will be the goal of our communities, our local government communities, to key into these things. Okay, let me explain better. This department. Each of this the IT will have an IT department, education department, media department, hospitality department. These departments on their own raise money based on what they do. Let's say hospitality department, when we build our farms, our tourism center, our tourism platform, and whatever. By this time, at 100,000 members, we'll have a tour company or a tour institution based on the hospitality department. That means if you're coming to the US, you want to spend a holiday in Nigeria, the tourism this thing can be able to, as a tour company, take you through everything. And mostly what they will so what we want to do is, by the time you finish your tour, you will not only invest in Nigeria, but you will have joined us to see to it that will get to our purpose. So the tourism industry will be making, so for each member, the tourism industry registers. They get their own funds. Let's say for each member that registers, they get 1,500 naira. So imagine how many persons they will be bringing in. So the media section is advertisement. So they advertise whatever we are doing. They advertise. We are looking into building radio stations across the country, television stations across the country, satellite cable networks. So we want to own narrative. Okay? So we want to be in every home in Nigeria, every home, at least our name should be in one thing in that home. If it's not physical, it should be visual. If you're not the one that built your plastic chair in your home, we should actually be on your television telling you what you're doing. If you're not the one that built the chandelier in your house, we should actually be on your phone as an app. So whichever one necessary. So these departments are making money on their own. Education section is making money on their own, and then they have their social responsibility to impart. So right now, let's say you are a community head in your local community, visual community. I don't know how to put it. Visual community. When I say community head, you are only heading our members of this organization, not the general public. So just members of this organization. You're only heading them. Okay. Now, as a head now, the education system will give you an assignment to carry out with your group. So that's why you have to go through the training, so that you know what to do at each particular level. This is what we want to achieve. So the education system will give you an assignment, tell you go into your community. There are 10 communities or 5 communities or 6 communities that make up your local government. Go into every single one of them. So that's why you have members. Let's say you have 1,000 members in your local government. So divide them into different groups. Give them assignments. You take education. You take this thing. The education system will pay for whatever expenses they will do. Okay. So education system has their money, because most of the courses are not free. So members from across Nigeria are taking courses every single day, and they are paying for it. So they have money. Okay. So but there's another part of education system they want to impact using the community health. Okay. So the physical secondary school, primary schools, the assignment will be go there, look at what is missing there. Look at the quality of teachers they have. Look at the quality of education they have. A school leaver, secondary school, primary school leaver should be able to know how to use a computer. But not every primary school has a computer lab. Okay, why not say, okay, we cannot put a computer lab in this primary school because it's not secured. But we can build a general computer lab where every primary school in the community can come, maybe after schools, 1 hour, 2 hours for computer education. So at that primary level. So that will be the impact. So the education system will cover for it, will pay for it. Then we'll come to tourism department. Tourism department can give them their own assignment. Okay, subdivide your group into number of this. Let them go into the society. Look at how that each community can entertain people. There are some cultures in some communities because of Western religious influence. They've stopped them. It's not that the custom is bad or the tradition is the custom is bad per se, but because of influence and negligence, it's been stopped. So send these people to these communities. Let them look at, so that if people are coming in, the white man is coming in from his country. The Chinese, the Asian, I don't understand. Sorry. The terminologies. Okay, the Scandinavian, the European, the Chinese, the Japanese, they are coming into Nigeria, for instance, for tourism. They don't want you to come and be showing them what they left there. They want to see you. They want to see your culture. They want to see your custom. But you've changed all of them. You're celebrating Halloween. You're celebrating, you want to show them Christmas. Santa Claus. Really? So they saw Santa. So this is where the hospitality industry will go into. Say, okay, go into this each of these. Look at their customs. Some of them they have been left because of maybe they are too dangerous, or they are seen as idolatry. They are seen as idol worship or something like that. Because of that, they left it, something like that. So go in there. If they are too concrete, let's say some at a point, maybe some rituals involves actually cutting yourself, bringing out blood. You can find a way to revive it by dilute it, or change it entirely, or merge it with other culture. You can redesign it. These things were created at a particular point, so you can call them up. This aspect of your culture is very interesting, and we have people who want to finance it, who want to come and be part of it. So we're looking at how to revive it. You meet the community head, the real community head, the village head. You talk with them, you dialogue with them. It's not a one-day thing. It's not one-day visit. You visit the first day, you bring gifts or whatever, you tell them who you are, you explain yourself, you tell them your mission, you go back the next day. You ask them to maybe replay those customs. If it's wrestling, okay, can you show us a little wrestling competition, just a little less what you can offer. If it's good, if we revive it, okay, let remove this one, let's add this one, let's remove this one, let's revive it. That way it can bring money, it can bring employment, number one. Remember insecurity. We are solving it now. Tourism. So each member has a task, merge them together. You have a community, you have a local government head. Subdivide your members into the right. Don't worry, they have to participate, because in the platform, their participation entices them to move to the next level. They want to be the head one day. They want to lead, or they want to grow. In order to grow, you have to also participate in all these things. So there's nothing like I don't care about participating. Once the head, the local government head, gives you an assignment, you have to do it in order to clear your level. That's why I said I built it like again. So they group in, you serve into different groups. The hospitality industry we've created will sponsor your movement, your everything. You report online each day, a video record. You record a video with your group. We went to so and so this thing. We met so and so the Oba. We met the village head. We met the emir. We met so and so this thing. This is what we discussed. You upload it, so that anybody, maybe when you want to raise funds, maybe for the final ceremony, final distance, they can look at your video and your timeline, how you went about it, and your report, and then know whether you are worth investing money into. So the economic people, we have the economic department. Economic departments also have education system. It's just convoluted, but I've already taught all these things. I've lived in this time. So, but I'm just trying to explain everything so that anybody who has the time to listen can understand what I'm into. Okay. So the economics or business department will also be looking at the same hospitality you want to do. They will help the hospitality industry to look at how that culture, that custom you are trying to repackage will also make money. The media section is also very interested, because they are going to cover it and bring people to that event, maybe annual festival, New Yam Festival. You have New Yam Festival, and so these things. We want to bring tourists to come and witness your New Yam Festival. We also want to make money from it. We also want to help the community, because the money we make there, maybe we'll share it 50-50 or 70-50 to help the community too, so that the next year's festival will also be larger. The people who performed in that festival, maybe wrestling or whatever, will also have to be compensated very well, so that they can form it like a career. If a wrestler, you give a wrestler 1 million naira, believe me, he will try his best to how do I put it, on his scale against next year. So if he knows that by next year you get another 1 million naira, if he already has a job, even if he's the most notorious person in the community, you've already placed him into a system where his absolute loyalty will mean financial gain. So you can easily tell him, listen, because we are part of these things, anybody who is part of wrestling, whatever, cannot be seen doing this and this and this and this and this. And you have to follow it through. So that way, one notorious criminal has been already put into a system where he can no longer go into that. And if possible, you can be drawn in to join us and become a member. That way, he can actually export that tradition to other places where that tradition might be needed. Or we can package it into an educational system or whatever. We can put it into, let's say, self-defense. If he's a good wrestler, wrestling is good for entertainment, for self-defense, and for as a form of exercise, for physical health related issues. So we can package it into a system where what his skill can be used to help others. Okay? So the same thing applies to other departments. There are, as many of them, media section, media department. As they are doing that New Yam Festival, there's a media group to cover it, broadcast it across our television stations network across the continent. So somebody in Namibia might say, okay, hey, I like this New Yam Festival. Where is it? They say it's in a tiny village in so and so. I want to be there next year. He's coming in, he's lodging in a hotel, he's eating our food, he's buying souvenirs, he's putting money into the system, and perhaps he might also join us and invest into our system. So this is a system building systems. Okay, so this is just our educational system, host monthly huge entertainment events. So under entertainment will be a department of its own. Here we will raise artists. We'll be hearing stories about artists and their management, artists and their, how they call it, record labels and other things. So we'll create our own record labels. We'll build biggest studios in the world. We'll bring artists to limelight. If you have it, forget about it, you're there. So because we'll be holding these huge entertainment events in every local government every month. So just think about it. So about over 700 local governments holding different events. So we'll need about at least 3 artists per month. Let's say 5 artists, maybe 2 comedians, 3 musicians for each. So we're looking at 700 by 5. That's 3,500 artists will be engaged every month. So that means we've just opened up the biggest entertainment system in Nigeria and Africa. So we'll do the same thing in different countries in Africa, and then just think about it. So once they produce their music, their videos, is going on our TV network, which is across Africa too. So these artists will not be entertaining in the same local. So no artist will entertain in the same local government twice for the whole year. So it's just a big. We just opened up a big industry. So the same thing goes to the movie industry. So our farms will be big enough studios to produce whatever you want to produce. So we'll design our farms to cater to different genre. So in that case, we have studios, movie studios, to cover any kind of movie you want to shoot. Everything built into the system. So run our first international campaign. At this stage, we are going global. We run this thing. Keep improvising and keep growing. So at this stage, everything I explained, there are things I can talk about this system for a whole day. So everything has been built up for over 15 years in my head. So I just said, let me just open up, explain a bit, so that people who want to, there are people who don't believe that Nigeria or Africa can be better. No. Give me 10,000 members and you'll see radical changes everywhere. You will believe that things can easily change. In the space of five years, you won't believe Africa is the way it was. So this video is just kind of people who, because you think you haven't thought about how it can be done, doesn't mean it cannot be done. Because you don't have a solution doesn't mean that it cannot be solved. Because you don't see a headway, because others have tried and failed, doesn't mean that it cannot. Okay, and by the way, all these things I'm saying is not casting gold. It's not. There will be wobbles, there will be lapses, there will be up and downs. There will be times we'll have issues with the government. There will be times we'll have issues with the communities. It's not going to be all rosy, like I've explained them. Sometimes growth will just stunt. Maybe financial institutions will just ban us because they feel we are doing this or doing that. And then we'll go and clarify and other things. At times, telecom companies will just disconnect us. At times, IT firms will just disconnect, IT service providers will just disconnect us. Because maybe we are growing too big or whatever. At times, countries might just blacklist us. There are countries that will blacklist us when they understand what we are trying to do. So it comes with its own. It won't be rosy, but it's doable and it's worth it. So that's my digital tribe, and I want you to be part of this. Thank you for if you've watched this video to this extent. I don't know how to appreciate you. I really appreciate you for watching up to this extent, and I believe by now you would have seen the possibility. So I'm hoping that when we get to at least 20 members, I can be talking like this, at least, even if it's 30 minutes per day. I'll pick one topic, I explain it the way I've lived it in my head and the way I think it will be possible. So if you've watched this video to this extent, please, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't be part of us. So go to our website, My Digital Tribe, and then log in, register, so create an account, and then be part of us. Okay? So register and be part of us. I'll fix the registration link. So come to mydigitaltribe.com, click on register. It will bring out a form. Register, activate your account. It will cost you 2,000 naira. Freedom is not free. It's not easy to get this. We want to get this thing started as much as possible. So 2,000 naira might be too much for you, but if you can, please sacrifice it. It's worth it. So we want to get this off and going. I'll be dedicating the whole of my from 2022 to the rest of my life. I'll be dedicated to this. So this is my life right now. It's been my dream but now it has come to reality. So this is what I'll be doing from now henceforth. So I want you to be part of this journey. I want you to be part of this vision. So come over, register with us. It's 2,000 naira. If you have more money to give, you'll find this exciting. No, don't donate money to us. Money donation is not sustainable. Invest rather. Come into our platform. When you log in, after registration, log in, you see an investment platform. Invest. So returns on investments can be up to 10% per month. We want to go into business as much as possible. We are importing products, we are selling them. We want to start raising money. Money shouldn't be stored, it should be invested. So this is not guaranteed, but we are looking at up to 10% returns on investment for whatever money you put into our platform. So feel free to join us. Pay the 2,000 naira. Be the first. So right now we don't have any member. So I'll soon be launching this, starting my adverts and everything. So I wish somebody who is watching this right now could be our first member. The first member, it won't be an easy stuff. It's 2,000 naira. I have more than this amount in my account right now, but this 2,000 naira the first member will be paying will be worth more than 10 million to me, because this will be the first person to believe in my dream. It's not about the 2,000 naira, it's about believing in what I've just explained, and this is the first step to achieving it. So I'll be giving the first member 1% share of this company when it forms. 1% shares. It might look very small or whatever, but I believe in the next 10 years of this team working with that 1% might be worth over 100 million naira. 1%, 100 million, over 100 million naira. And then somebody will watch this video and say, it's just 2,000 naira you put to this first 1% is worth more than 100 million naira to me right now, because this will be the first person to believe in what I just explained and actually commit to make it work. Assuming I sleep and I wake up and I see 10,000 members with 2,000 naira already paid, that would be 20 million naira. The speed this thing will take off. So I hope one day we'll get there, and I believe before the middle of next year, that is 6 months from now, we should be able to get to this number. So, and in 6 months from then, we should be able to get up to 1 million members. So by the end of next year, we're looking at 1 million members. 1 million members. Anybody who thinks this is not achievable is thinking small. 1 million members before the end of 2022. Okay, so the dream is on. I'll pass it on to you too. So you share with my dream, you invest in my dream, and appreciate it, and it will be better for everybody. You, me, society, Africa, the black race, the whole world. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.